This is Secret America.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Jack Danger along with Jay Gatling, and we have a really good show for you today. Jay, before we get started, actually, did you know I am going to have to call out every single reporter yesterday about the Spain thing. Every single person that reported on Spain, because they were all wrong. They all made it seem much bigger than it is, much worse than it is, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. First, let me mention Max Associates, the #1 place for USA Pride gifts and patriotic apparel. You can scan the QR code at the top right or go to maxassociates.etsy.com. You guys do not want to miss out on this deal. Okay, so get this: all of their products are 10% off. You get 10% off all your order, but for a limited time, they did take the 20% off because I told you it was a limited time. So now every order is 10% off. But for Secret America guests, if you are a Secret America viewer, type in the code SECRET20. That is SECRET, Secret 20, the number 20. Secret 20, and you will get 20% off your order. You'll still get the 20% off. For everybody else that doesn't watch Secret America and isn't listening to this, they're out of luck. But you guys can still get the 20% off the best USA Pride gifts and patriotic apparel that you could possibly find anywhere. And you're talking free shipping anywhere in the United States, 20% off if you enter the code SECRET20. You cannot beat that. maxassociates.etsy.com. Also, guys, the rumors are true. The book is out. By Design, the first Black president. You do not want to miss this. SecretAmericaLive.com. You can purchase the book. You can purchase a signed copy, or you can click on the button that takes you to Amazon, where you can purchase the book straight from Amazon or a Kindle book. You guys do not want to miss out on this. This book is from the point of view of the conspiracies being real. It's a cinematic thriller that plays like a movie in your head. It is not a book that talks at you and says, this would happen, that happened, that happened. No, instead, you have actual dialogue, actual characters. It's just like a movie. You get to read it. You get to see it in your head. Only this time, it's from the point of view of the conspiracies being the reality from the moment he's born up until he's inaugurated in 2008. Do not miss out on this book. It has perfect 5-star rating on Amazon out of all the reviews. We've had tons of signed copy orders. Just go check it out. SecretAmericaLive.com. The book is By Design, the first Black president. All right, Jay. So a lot of reporters really messed up yesterday. I mean, I don't want to say sensationalism, but that's what it was. Either that or they're just idiots and they didn't know what they were talking about. Okay, because let me tell you that everybody kept saying, oh, Spain's being invaded by all these people. Look at all these people invading Spain. But that's a misnomer. Okay, that is not exactly what happened. All right, they invaded a territory of Spain in North Africa. Okay, they did not invade the Spain country in Europe. Okay, they invaded a small territory in North Africa called Quetta, or however the hell you say it.
Ceuta, I think Ceuta, maybe it's the way. I don't know.
It's. I remember seeing it's Ceuta. Actually, you know what?
Ceuta.
I saw it on Ceuta.
Yeah. I think that's correct.
Yeah, it's Ceuta, but it is a small North African territory that Spain owns. Okay, it is not the main country of Spain. So everybody say, oh, they're invading Spain. Look at Spain's getting invaded. No, that's not what happened. It's just it's a small territory. Let me tell you this. It's akin to if people were invading Puerto Rico and people saying, oh, they're invading the U.S. Okay? That's what it's akin to. Same thing. All right? It's not exactly, it's a misnomer, and it's not reality. Okay, so for everybody out there, that's actually what happened. And all the reporters that you like, even if you like the ones on the right side on X, left side, if you like the ones, even in the mainstream media, they all either they bald-faced lied, or they had, they just didn't do their research. They didn't know what they were talking about, or they just saw something and they were like, yeah, let's do that. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's a misnomer. It's a small island in North Africa. That's all it is.
Well, here's what did happen, though. 60,000 people crossed over and took the ocean or the Mediterranean Sea because there was some Supreme Court decision in Spain that said if you go by sea, you can't be turned back. It is a part of Spain. It's a sovereign part of Spain, regardless.
It's no different than Puerto Rico.
But it still was invaded by Moroccans. About
but they're talking about Spain like it's the main island. That's the way they played it.
Right.
I mean, you got to see a difference there, Jay.
Yeah, there's a difference, but there's still
big difference.
The facts are that a sovereign part of Spain was invaded by 60,000 people within 24 hours.
Yeah, they didn't say a sovereign part of Spain, though. They said Spain. When you hear Spain, that's like saying people invading Puerto Rico or Guam are invading the U.S.
Well, Guam, I don't think so. Puerto Rico, I maybe think would be a better comparison. But if that happened to Puerto Rico, that wouldn't be a huge problem. That's a huge problem.
It wouldn't be. Honestly, it wouldn't be the same. It might be a problem, but it would not be the same. I'm sorry.
And actually, I think this is a part of Spain.
I don't understand why you're defending this particular thing. Everybody.
What I'm saying is people are trying to make this like it's not a big deal, and it is a big deal.
No. Nobody said it wasn't a big deal. What I'm saying is it's not the main island of Spain. I don't care what kind of a deal it is. If it's a big deal, that's fine. But people either lied or tried to make it seem like it was Spain, the country. Oh my God, they're invading Europe and Spain. That's fine. That's not what happened.
But that's next.
You can say sovereign nations. That's fine. Like I said, it's like if they were invading Puerto Rico and people said they invaded the U.S. It's not the same.
Well, I would say, no, I don't like Puerto Rico as the comparison.
It's the same thing.
I don't like it. I think I say Long Island, where I live.
2 seconds ago, you liked it.
I don't like it. Now that I think about it, I don't like it because I don't like it. It's a part of Spain. It's under Spain's control.
So is Puerto Rico's under the U.S.
Puerto
control.
Rico's borders under United States control?
Yes.
Okay, well, all right. You want to go with Puerto Rico, Jack? Go with Puerto Rico. I don't know. Everybody's trying to downplay this also. I'm not saying you are.
No, we're not downplaying it.
Let me finish. This is what I'm hearing. This isn't the same thing. It's not the landmass. I get it. I get that. But at the same time, people are trying to downplay this because they're trying to downplay the fact that if Democrats win, that's what's going to happen here. And that's what I'm talking about. That's
got nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
That's what it's being used for.
No, but that's got nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
I'm not you.
Yeah, it was still an invasion. That's fine. It was still an invasion of a sovereign nation that Spain owns. That's fine. If you want to characterize it like that, that's fine. But you don't say Spain is being invaded by these people. That's not what you say. It's a misnomer.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's kind of a, is it a technicality? It's Spain's problem.
It might be Spain's problem. Like I said, it's akin to if they invaded Puerto Rico. It's U.S. problem, but they're not invading the United States continental country.
Okay. If now, here's the thing. Does this, I think Italy and a few other countries in Europe have now closed their borders with Spain, where they said, now you just can't cross now. Now, like in Europe, you know how it is with the European Union. You just go anywhere you want. But they actually said,
Union is
well, yeah. So they basically said no. Now it's not going to be like that. In Italy, I think a couple other countries. Spain's a disaster. I mean, and the president said it's their socialist policies and blah blah blah. And the thing that is this, I just want to say is, and the whole thing, it's not a land on the landmass of Spain. Okay, and I think
it's
a lot
in
of
North
people
Africa.
A lot of people didn't know that. They know Spain controlled it, and it's Spain. That's what it was.
That's the problem.
Right?
They didn't do their research, Jay.
Well,
they just called it.
The same thing, but I get it. But at the same thing, it doesn't change what happened.
No,
that's my
point. It doesn't change what happened, but it changed the perception of what happened.
Not for me.
People perceive it as invading the country of Spain.
If Puerto Rico got invaded, I would think
that's not invading the U.S. It's a territory we own.
Yeah.
It's a territory, we own it, but it's not invading the mainland of the United States. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I understand that. It's not the mainland, but then what's next? Is the mainland next?
Well, no, because see, that's the good thing. If they invade a territory that you own, then close your main borders.
Well, do it now, but you should be doing that anyway.
Well, Spain's not that kind of country. You saw the president. He said, I'm not going to send the military to help these people.
Screw that. They didn't help us. The only country that actually helped us after President Trump got elected was El Salvador.
What are we talking about here? I'm talking about Spain closing their borders to people trying to get over there.
But they're basically asking us. No, but they're asking us for help too. They want us to help with this problem. That's not a problem. This is none of our business.
Wait, they did that today?
Yeah, they basically say what other countries should be helping them. No, screw you. This is your problem.
Helping them what?
With these. refugees, whatever they want to call them. I don't know. It's your problem. Figure it out. You guys deal with it.
They're not refugees.
No, they're not.
Military age men coming in wearing Nikes and Adidas shirts, and they got nice haircuts, diamond earrings. These are not refugees.
Correct.
Okay?
Exactly.
They're
right.
Invaders.
And you guys deal with it. I heard a bunch of them turned around and went back voluntarily. They said 2/3 of them. Even if 2/3 of them went back, you still have what? Almost 20,000 people that are now in this place. Jack, the population of that area was like 80,000.
Yeah, it's a very small island. Very small, very small. Yeah, very small.
You know, and Spain, those are your people. They're your responsibility. And you allowed your citizens, regardless if it's not on your mainland, to be invaded.
I got to say,
by military age men.
I don't know if it was cops or if it was, I don't know if it's cops or if it was, Border Patrol or whatever it is, but it was not a good look when they opened the gates for those people.
No, I think they probably would have just been overrun. They said, "Let them in." I'm not standing.
Let them break the gate, but do not open the gate.
Well, then I'm running. Here's what I would do: I'm running away, and then they could break the gate because obviously
not if you got a gun, though. You're not start.
Okay.
They'll all run the opposite way.
Yeah, until you're overtaken. But I'm not doing that either. But
no, you shoot one, I promise you, they will scatter.
We'll see.
Pop, 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 pop. Oh yeah. You better believe it.
Listen, you're talking to me, and I think that there should be ramparts on our wall, like a castle with people armed.
Rampart? What are you talking about?
Yeah, like in the castle, you know those things.
Oh, the guns. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like
where they used to shoot
Terminator gun.
Where they would shoot the arrows between, right? In the castles. That's what I would like on our border wall. To be honest.
Did you ever see Did you ever see the Terminator 2 in that gun where he's shooting out of the building down at the police, and it's got that gun that rotates,
the minigun.
Oh my god! Now have those turret guns on the walls of your if they come within 50 feet, they start firing.
Yeah.
That would be something.
I don't disagree with this. It's at the point where if like you said, I think if you show the force once. Yeah, I think it will stop. But once you have 40,000 people in front of you, it's a different story. I mean, I don't know. It was a disaster. And this prime minister of Spain, he's a disaster. And now all of a sudden, well, this was an invasion. Well, you didn't see this coming. And people saying this was organized on Facebook. That, Data Republican.
It was definitely organized somehow.
She says, Data Republican posted that this invasion is being coordinated by Facebook groups. The flagship group description is Ceuta by every route. Migration is an idea, and the idea does not die. He says there are countless posts soliciting people to go with others. This is a clear violation of Facebook's terms of service that prohibits content to provide or facilitate human smuggling or content that asks for human smuggling.
Jay, you froze again, buddy.
Organic, we know that.
You froze again there for a minute, man.
I said this is not organic. We know this wasn't organic. This was organized.
Military age men don't just all get together and decide to storm a country. 60,000 of them. Okay, it doesn't happen.
No, and then the 50 people died so far. They said 50 people have died in this crossing. Well, I think a lot of them probably drowned, and who knows how many more people died. And they were setting fires all over the place. They were using the alleyways as toilet bowls all over the place, and taking over and knocking on people's doors and causing problems as soon as they got there. So listen, my point is this, Jack, and you're not wrong about, they got it wrong. It's not mainland Spain. I don't want to let them use that to diminish the fact that this will happen here. In fact, we saw it happen here, 2021 to 2025. We had videos of people rushing our border happen in Texas. We have plenty of video in other areas where people just coming through or digging under the wall because nobody was there to guard it. Nobody cared. It was actually invited. And if it happened, if they get power again, it will look exactly like what we saw yesterday, probably worse.
Absolutely. For some reason, my chat, even on X, is not going through. I wanted to thank Hickser for talking about the background. I got the CIA office background right now. I'm in the CIA. You can see the CIA right now. I broke into their office and I'm broadcasting from there. And Hickser noticed that I was broadcasting from the CIA background. So thank you, Hickser.
One thing. I'm going to answer a question on the chat, Jack. It's somebody's asking why'd they come by water. They came by water because a Supreme Court decision in Spain just made it easier that if you do come by water, you can't immediately be turned back. That's why. That's why they did that.
And that's what Spain said. Yeah. Well, if that's what Spain said, no wonder why they would invade by water. But also, I think you have to at this particular island. I'm not 100% sure though.
Like the people are saying that the people that basically like took boats or got out and like walked up on the beach, I think they can't be turned back or something like that with this decision. It's weird.
Spain just gave amnesty to all these illegals. I mean, what do you expect? But again, they were not there to get amnesty. They were there for whatever reason. Someone either paid them or something happened, because these people were not poor. They were not refugees. You could tell that you could tell what was going on. I mean, military age men, only military age men. Every single one of those 60,000 people was between 18 and 25. Okay.
I'd like to get the numbers. It's probably 95%.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 95%.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there was a couple of women in there somewhere, but you couldn't see them. I didn't see them, but I'm sure they were there somewhere. It's probably not upwards of 95% were military age men.
It's just like America. This did already happen in America. Okay.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, out of the 20 million illegals that came over, I would say 10 million are probably military age men. In fact, out of the train packs and of all the train car loads full, all the boats full, all I saw were military age men. I didn't see anything else. It's as if the military. What I don't understand is, where are they getting this infinite supply of military aged men from? I mean, they are invading every country.
I guess there isn't. I don't think there's any shortage of it.
Are they cloning these people? What the hell's going on, Jay?
And here's another thing. What did President Trump say in 2015 when he came down the escalator? They're not sending their best. You think they were sending their best, Morocco? No, they probably emptied their prisons and sent these people over. Who knows? They're not sending doctors.
Fidel Castro was, I mean, people may not like him, but the man was smart. He emptied his prisons. He emptied everything, because he knew that Jimmy Carter would not turn back the Mariel boat lift. He knew he wouldn't turn him back, because he was a bleeding heart and a sucker. So what did he do? He emptied his prisons. He emptied his insane asylums. He got rid of all the undesirables, put them on boats, and shipped them from Cuba right to America. And what happened? They built these little detention centers and welcomed them all. And that was all Jimmy Carter.
Well, Jack, I'm not going to nitpick on the Spain, on the Ceuta, whatever, however you say it, and Puerto Rico, but there are differences. There are.
Not really.
No, here we go. It is an Puerto Rico is an unincorporated territory. That city, Ceuta, is an autonomous city, fully part of Spain. They have full voting rights. They are they have the part of Spain with some special arrangement with the European Union, but they are under Spanish law with local government integrated into Spain's system. It's a little more than Puerto Rico, but I'll still go with your analogy there and your comparison. But it is a part of Spain. It's different though. Like, those people can vote in all elections. In Puerto Rico, they can't.
The thing is, what I'm talking about is these two things. Puerto Rico, just like this, they are not part of the continental country. They are detached territories.
That's true.
That, they are not part of the actual country. They are not, just like Puerto Rico is a detached territory owned by the U.S. This is the same thing. It's owned by Spain. So technically it's a part of Spain, just like this is a part of the US. Just the only difference is voting rights, but that doesn't really matter when I'm talking about invading borders. And they did not invade Spain's borders. They invaded a part of, an offshoot of Spain. They invaded, like a spinoff, a Spain spinoff.
I think it just makes it more egregious that since these are people that get to vote for their leader, that they still let this happen to them. It's even more egregious than if it happened to Puerto Rico. Of course, you know what I mean? I
know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I still think that people would treat it the same way, because since we own Puerto Rico, if another country or them invade, they'd say it was U.S. and it was the U.S. problem. The U.S. didn't stop it. It'd be the same thing. Hickser's right. They're like the stepchildren.
Well, right. Similarities are both are non-mainland territories, exactly, with special administrative arrangements. Right. Both have, both have histories tied to Spanish. Puerto Rico and Ceuta have some.
Puerto Rico's a Spanish or a Hispanic country.
Yeah. It's just Ceuta. It's a Spanish city. I mean, is what it is. It's just on the continent of Africa. Crazy.
Yeah. Well,
I've never listen. I'm learning myself. I've never even heard of this place before this. I never paid attention to it. To be honest.
Well, that's because it's a place that honestly doesn't matter. But if you look, the reason, why don't you find out why they own this? It was never part of Spain. They probably either bought it or won it in a war or something. I doubt it was part of Spain when Spain was incorporated, and that's what matters.
I'm looking now.
Just like Puerto Rico wasn't a part of America, when America was, I guess you could say incorporated, like a corporation.
I'm asking why and how does Spain own it? Let's see what we come up with. Like I said, we're actually doing more research probably than the media did. But
well, the media didn't do any. They said, oh, they're invading Spain, and everybody ran with it.
Oh, here we go. It says Spain owns Ceuta through a combination of 15th century conquest, initially by Portugal, dynastic union, local choice, and formal treaty recognition, followed by continuous possession of over 400 years.
Yeah, so they just exactly they won it by military operation.
It says in the 1668 Treaty of Lisbon, Portugal formally recognized Spanish sovereignty. King Alfonso VI of Portugal ceded Ceuta to Spain's King Carlos II in a Treaty of Lisbon, signed in January 1st, 1668. This made Spanish ownership official under international agreement at the time, and it's owned it ever since.
Well, okay, we spent a lot of time on this. Let's move on, Jay. I want to show you something. Check this out. Do you know who the candidate is that replaced Graham Plattner?
Yeah, the guy who has kids with his cousin or something.
Yeah, this guy, his name is Troy Jackson, and it's been found out that he actually has 2 kids with his second cousin. And that is a true story. In fact, that is what our thumbnail is. Our thumbnail is the kissing cousins, if you will. So you can check that out on rumble.com/LFATV. That is where our thumbnail is if you want to see that. It's the kissing cousins, and we're on the newspaper. We're on the front of the page of the newspaper. It's pretty funny, actually, pretty hilarious. But yeah, I mean, it's oh my God. Yeah, they have 2 children together, and in fact, they look alike because they come from the same family. They look alike.
How Democrats are literally begging Republicans to hold on in these midterms. They're begging us.
This is the best they could do. That they could
begging.
Do.
Oh, Jack, and real quick, Tuck McGroin on LFA TV.
Mm-hmm.
Great name, Tuck McGroin. Mm-hmm. He came up with a better one what about if Hawaii got invaded?
Well, Hawaii's an actual state.
But it's detached.
It is, but it's not really the same thing because Hawaii, being a state of the United States, it's not really a territory. Spain is part of it, but
I like Hawaii.
No. See, the reason I don't like Hawaii is because it is not in a different continent. This is totally different.
It's kind of in the middle of nothing. It's in the
middle of the ocean. But it's not in a different continent, you see?
Yeah, but I don't know. I like Hawaii. I'm just going to go with it, but you could go with Puerto Rico. I'm going to go with Hawaii. But we both agree on this. This was not good, and it should never happen, period.
No, and also, the reporters need to check what the hell they're saying before they say it. It's sensationalism at its best here. This is why people don't trust reporters.
Well, there's a lot of reasons. That's one of them.
Well, I'm not talking about just mainstream. I'm talking about everybody on X that said they're invading Spain. I mean, that's a misnomer. Okay, that's what it is.
It's technicality.
No, it's not a technicality. It is a detached part of Spain in a different continent. Africa.
Well, all right. Let's go. What else? Well, are we still talking about the cousins marrying each other? I thought. No,
let's move past that. That's a quick and easy, very stupid thing. That's the best the Democrats can do. Let's move past it. The Democrats are an infinite pool of things we can make fun of. So let's just move past that part because I want to show you, Jay, how you stop a Muslim invasion. Okay, it is something, and it's really cool actually because it's something called it's a new thing that they came up with called the Bacon Squad. Okay, and I want you to see this. This is how you would stop a Muslim invasion if they tried to invade your borders. Check it out.
Nice. There you go. I want to eat that. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's good stuff.
I want to eat that. That looks good.
Well, I think it looks raw. Look like raw.
Well, I need it. I just say I need it more well done, but I'll
Yeah.
give it to me and I'll throw it on the grill.
Yeah, that was funny though. How they that's good stuff. That is good stuff. Did you see where Trump said, okay, so there was a cyber attack on 30, count them, 30 water plants in Minnesota, but Trump says it was not Iran. He's blaming Minnesota and their corrupt governor. And that's his exact words. Let's play the quick little video. I want you guys to hear this for a second. Very interesting stuff.
We heard in Minnesota there was a cyber attack, and they blame it on Iran. I don't think so. I blame it on Minnesota because they're grossly incompetent. There was a cyber attack of 30 water plants, and I would blame it on Minnesota and the governor, the corrupt governor of Minnesota. They like to say, oh, it was Iran. Iran should be so lucky. Iran's got bigger problems than worrying about Minnesota.
And that's the thing. Why the hell would Iran give a shit about Minnesota?
I don't know. And I just, it would be easy for him to say, yeah, it's Iran, and that's why we got to blow them off the face of the earth. Another reason. And he said, no, I don't think it is. It's Minnesota. You just suck.
Well, see, Jay, now anything that happens in the U.S., people can just say it's Iran. Like Minnesota did. Oh, it's Iran. It's Iran. I mean, that's what they say. That's the first thing they say. And I'm glad he wasn't, didn't seize the opportunity to do dirty shit. He said, no, it's probably not. It was their corrupt government. And I believe, why the hell? First of all, Iran's not going to attack Minnesota. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if they did, that would not be an act of war to the United States right now. Okay. It would not be considered an act of war. The United States wouldn't care that much if you attacked Minnesota. So if you're going to do a cyber attack on water plants in Minnesota, I don't think that's going to be Iran.
I don't either. Why? I heard last night that it came out about Iran. I didn't really pay much attention to it. It was late, whatever. But this is the first I'm hearing. I didn't see his little his meeting today. But listen. I agree. It was probably Minnesota because Minnesota just sucks because the leadership in that state sucks. Tim Walz is he's one of the worst governors in the country. I think Katie Wilson in Seattle as the mayor might be the worst leader of a Democrat area right now. She might be.
You think she's worse than Mamdani?
She's right up there. Right up there with him. I mean, it's 1 in 1A. It's 1 in 1A. Pick the day. He'll go to 1. She'll slip to 1A. Then next week it'll just switch.
I mean, that guy's going to the September 11th memorial.
Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Every day on my X account, I post the date and I say he should never be allowed to attend the September 11th commemorations. Ever.
I'm going to tell you why he's doing it, though. He's not doing it for New York. He's doing it to stick it to New York. He's doing it to say, look, guys, we did this to you, and now I've conquered New York. That's what he's doing it for.
I agree with that. He's doing it to stick a thumb in the eye. When you have the families asking you respectfully not to come, and you're still going to show up, what does that tell you?
No,
he's doing it for optics. And what should happen is this. First of all, maybe people should block him from coming in, but the police will probably arrest him because he'll order it. That's not allowed. That type of protest isn't allowed. They're allowed to block streets when they're pissed off, but when we want to block him, can't do that. Nope. What should happen is they should turn their back on him. Everybody should turn their back until he leaves. I think that would be a nice form of protest. Just turn your back. But until he leaves.
Be perfect. I think that would be great, Jay.
Something's got to be done.
So we talked about Fauci's diary yesterday, right? Well, there's an entry that just came out that people should know about, okay? So he knew that the vaccine was not stopping. He knew it was not effective at all. He tries to say, oh, it's not entirely true, but he knew the vaccine was not effective at all, but he stopped the CDC and others from coming out and saying that because, get this, it would undermine the DOJ's efforts at vaccine mandates. Listen to this. I'm going to read this to you real quick. This is insane. So in order for him to force you to take the vaccine, he wanted to make sure nobody put out that it wasn't effective. That way you'd be still forced to take it. Because if it wasn't effective, you can't do a mandate to force somebody to take a vaccine. Take a listen to this. I'm going to read it real quick. After much going back and forth between the CDC and the other docs, including me, Vivek, Steve Chaw, and to some extent David Kessler, we thought we had gotten them pulled back from making the statement that the vaccines were not effective at all in preventing infection and transmission. The reason this is an issue is because if they came out with that statement, which is in fact not entirely true, since there is some degree of modest but declining protection, as you would expect, then this would conflict with the statement and effort of recommending that people get the updated booster. In addition, it would undermine the DOJ's efforts at mandates for vaccines. In any event, the CDC agreed to pull back on the statement of absolute lack of efficacy of vaccines against infections and transmissions and take a more measured approach of saying that the vaccines provide modest and waning efficacy. This guy wanted to force you to take vaccines so badly. And the question is, Jay, why did he want you so badly to take a vaccine that he knows did not prevent transmission or anything? There's a reason he wanted you to take that vaccine. It's because of what was in the vaccine. And nobody still to this day knows what was in that vaccine.
Yeah. And I think part of it, I think, was the fact it was a power trip where this guy was obviously enthralled with himself, with the celebrity status. He wrote about that extensively in his diary. I can't believe it. I'm taking pictures with this one and I'm going here. This guy's, I mean, you kidding me? And also, I think, was it population control? How many people that took that vaccine are going to have trouble having children? How many babies that were forced to get that vaccine in 15, 20 years from now are going to have trouble conceiving a child?
Killed them. It killed a lot of people, had the fibrous white blood clots that were killing, people were dropping dead all over the place. Died suddenly was a trending hashtag. People were dying all over the place. And then sterilization, like you said, sterilization and then death. If you don't die, you're sterilized. A lot of people that got that vaccine, by the way, the difference between the Moderna and Pfizer vaccine and normal vaccines for this particular one was the mRNA, which actually changes the DNA in your body. All right. It changes your DNA structure, which is incredibly dangerous. And that means, what did they change it to and why? You see?
Yep. Listen, this guy and Deborah Birx. I am so sick and tired of seeing Deborah Birx on TV again. The scarf lady. The scarf lady. Remember the scarf lady who was there every day with Fauci? The old lady wearing a scarf? Deborah Birx. She was this, right-hand man. And for some reason, she was not given a pardon. But she's on TV now talking about how, about how Fauci did in his appearance. I don't want to hear from Deborah Birx. I want Deborah Birx on trial. Deborah Birx should be on trial because she was complicit with Fauci with all of this stuff. And you know who else? Remember who was in charge of the COVID response? Who the president put in charge?
Delta Burke?
No, Deborah Birx, Deborah Birx, B-I, not Delta Burke. I remember her. B-I-R-X, Deborah Birx. But you know who was put in charge? Or do you remember who was this COVID? Who was, I don't know, Mike Pence.
The COVID. Yeah, that dude.
Does anybody talk to Mike Pence after this diary from Fauci? Hey, how much did you know, Mike Pence? What did you know and when did you know it about Anthony Fauci? Because you were in charge. You were put in charge of this. Did you know that Anthony Fauci was talking about this stuff and basically lying, talking about it behind closed doors and then lying to everybody when he came out to the podium?
Do you know why he was put in charge of it?
Mike Pence?
It was actually a quid pro quo for him coming out against the decertifying of the election results. It was a quid pro quo for that.
Oh, well, you mean with the you mean
January 6th?
January 6th. Well, he
came out against he said no. He said we need to certify the election results.
Yeah.
Trump is insane, yada, yada, yada. And this was a quid pro quo for that.
Well, President Trump, I don't know. Hold on. I'm not following you. Explain that to me, because President Trump put him in charge of the COVID response when it first started. When was this?
When was it?
Oh, early on. It was Mike Pence. I think it was when it was the 2 weeks to flatten the curve time when it first started.
Like, do we have like a month or something? Do we know
I would just, I'll look
it doesn't, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It was early on. So that's why I don't know about January 6th. I mean, at that point.
It had to have been after January 6th. I'll tell you that much, because the COVID did not come around, really hit hard until about March. That's when NBA and all that shut down their games. It was
2020. He was put in charge in 2020, early on.
Yeah.
but January 6th was 2021.
I'm sorry. I'm getting my dates mixed up. I apologize.
Yeah,
I'm
January
getting my
6th,
dates mixed
2020.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, he was put in charge. I don't think it has anything to do with it.
No.
January 6th
I had
is
my
a whole
dates
different,
mixed up. I was thinking about something
different
else.
disaster for Mike Pence is January 6th. We
Oh,
know
he's
that. We know
he was just a terrible. He'll
he's
always be remembered as the guy with the fly on his head. He'll always
Yes.
be remembered as shit with flies on him.
Exactly.
That
I
was-
was during the debate with Harris. I remember
And the
that
picture,
when they were behind plexiglass doing this debate. What the hell were we doing?
He should have been given a Pulitzer. Whoever took that picture, my God, that was great. That was
right
great.
on camera. It was right on camera during the debate. I mean,
couldn't believe
absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I is anybody asking Mike Pence any questions?
No,
We forgot about him.
where is Mike Pence? Have you seen him?
Probably
He's
in
still
Indiana.
alive?
Probably still in India. He's from Indiana. He's probably in Indiana doing who knows what he's doing. He's in Indiana, probably somehow trying to undermine the president and trying to undermine Republicans in the midterms, Jack. That's what he's doing.
Well, I can tell you one thing: he's not going to win the presidency. He's not part of the bloodline.
He tried to. Well, Mike Pence, first of all, he tried to. Remember, he ran in a primary against President.
Yeah.
Dude, are you out of here? That's what I'm saying with these people. They are so delusional. I don't get it. Like Mike Pence, you really thought after January 6th you had a chance to knock off President Trump to get nominated to be you out of your mind?
Well, see, Jay, a lot of times when people do campaigns like that and run for president, they don't actually think they're going to win. What they do is they get to build up funds, campaign funds.
Yeah,
and that's why a lot of people do that, just to build up a war chest of funds, not to actually win. And I can tell you that from personal experience. I've seen it firsthand. And that's why a lot of the independents will run. That's why you'll see libertarians run. That's why you'll see, Mike Pence, people like that run. They have no chance, but it helps them build up campaign war chest, money.
Yeah, do they get to eventually like funnel that somewhere else where they can eventually keep some of it somehow through some loopholes? Probably.
Believe it or not, they can keep that money in those campaign accounts indefinitely until
Right.
it's forgotten about, and then they can eventually just do whatever they want.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
so many people in that primary, and I'll bring it up. I mean, Ron DeSantis. I like Ron DeSantis. I think he's a great governor.
Mhm.
I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
Jay, the thing
it's
I'm going to tell
depressing.
you exactly how the campaign funds work. Check this out. So when you get all your campaign funds, you suspend
Right.
your campaign. You still have all these millions and millions of dollars. What you do is you do not close out the campaign. Okay? What you do is you make it inactive. All right? You file the forms to make the campaign inactive. That means that you no longer have to file any reports, but the money stays in the bank account. Then after a long while, they don't ever look at the bank account again. Okay. And your campaign stays inactive. What do you do, Jay? You just never reactivate it and you never close it. And then you can just take the money and do whatever you want with it.
Maybe collect interest. How about that?
Yeah. Well, you can actually take it out of there. They'll never know. They will never know. As long as you don't close it, or as long as you don't close the campaign, and as long as you don't reactivate it, as long as it stays inactive, you can take the money. Nobody will ever know.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if you ask AI about that, they'll tell you no, it's not possible. But yeah, okay.
Oh, I actually know from personal experience that it is, and I won't talk about
All right, leave it there.
it. It wasn't me, if you're asking, but I know from personal experience what they can do.
Yeah, great, fantastic.
So if you're wondering
All
where
right.
your money went from somebody that didn't win, that's where it went, right into the pocket.
There you go. Fantastic. Don't you just love it? Listen, listen, I'm not saying don't donate to a candidate you believe in. You should. If you believe in a candidate, and you should donate to that candidate if you truly believe in them. But if they lose, then you're not getting the money back. Just know.
No. You are not getting that money back.
No. Never.
Oh boy.
Never.
All right.
What else do we have today?
I have to tell you, Javier Milei is back in the news for good reason. I really like this guy because of the things that he does. Okay, this is what America should do. Javier Milei has banned immigrants who express hate against Argentina. All right. He just made the decree and everything. He banned immigrants that express hate against Argentina. Could you imagine if we did that? If you expressed hate against the United States, you would be deported immediately.
Oh, I love that.
It would be fantastic.
I'd love it.
But would
I
we
mean,
enforce it? No.
there would be no Democrats left in the country, Jack.
Well, I know that's right. But would we enforce it though, Jay? I mean, do you see mass deportations going on?
Well, I mean, I think the First Amendment kind of kills that idea for the most part, though. That's the problem. But I'm just saying, I'm being funny about it. If that was a way to
constitution in Argentina, because that is interesting to think.
I'm sure they have a constitution, but nobody has a constitution like us as far as the First Amendment.
I'm guessing free speech is not in their constitution.
Yeah, it probably isn't. It probably isn't. I'll look up right now how many other countries, how many other civilized countries in the world have a freedom of speech protection in a constitution like we do. I bet you it's not many.
It's very few, but not even the UK, as you can tell.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, when you're arresting 20,000 people for social media posts, kind of gives that away.
That is nuts, man. I mean, the way they treat their citizens and the way the citizens take it is insanity. It's insane. You know, It really is horrible. So, Jay, check this out. The Democrat mayor, and Minnesota, the Democrat mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota, her name is Kaholi Her. Her last name is Her. That's her real last name, Her. Her. Kaholi Her, the Democrat mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota, is under criminal investigation after she sent sexually inappropriate messages to the St. Paul police chief, Axel Henry, and other city officials. And you got to hear this, Jay. Okay, here's two of the messages he sent. One said, "Happy Wiener Wednesday. Wish I was having," and then it showed a hot dog with you all on 6 today, which is weird. Then she says, when she wraps you up in her blanket after you give her a good wienering.
What?
And it shows a picture of him being wrapped up in a blanket.
What the hell is this?
It's very strange.
What the hell is that all about?
It's very strange. I don't know. Very strange stuff. Actually, you know what? Let me show you real quick. It kind of blots it out, but let me show you what I'm talking about. It's very strange. Take a look at this. All right?
Just look at her. I mean, does she not look exactly what you think she would look like?
She does. She does. And Hickser says Axel. When I hear Axel, I think Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, Axel Foley.
Yeah, I hear that's exactly whenever I hear Axel, that's what I think. But look at that. It says, "Happy Wiener Wednesday. Wish I was having a wiener with you all on 6 today." And then it says, "When she wraps you up in her blanket after you give her a good wienering."
And she's sending this to the police chief?
The police chief and other city officials. Officials that she has power. She has power over all of them. She hires and fires the police chief, and she has power over all of her city officials.
Oh, if I'm her, I'm saying I got hacked.
That's just not okay. I'm sorry. That's just strange. Okay. And it's not, not normal, inappropriate strange. It's weird strange.
It's bizarre. It's beyond bizarre. And I'm saying if I'm her that Iran hacked my computer.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what I would say? I would say I'm talking about hot dogs. It says wieners, and then it shows a hot dog, and it looks like I'm saying, look, I was talking about hot dogs, guys. I didn't say dicking. I said wienering.
It's complete innuendo. I mean, obviously.
It's weird. It's just weird, man.
I mean, what the hell? Another freak. Just another freak on the Democrat side. Another one. Just like the owner of the Seattle Storm. Yeah, she looks exactly like you think she'd look like. I tell you, that's blowing up.
Every single one of those white Karens, black rim glasses, blonde or gray hair. Every single one of them.
Look at the glasses on the one we just saw.
She had the black rimmed glasses. Yeah,
every time.
All do.
The Cracker Barrel CEO.
Yeah,
same thing.
How great is that though, Jay? She's fired a year after she said people love the rebrand. We're getting nothing but positive feedback. They put it back like a week later, and then they fire. It's hilarious.
I mean, my question is, why did it take so long? I mean, I guess they had to make some who knows what they had to do.
No, they can't. It would look bad. I think they had just hired her. And it would look bad on them. PR is a huge thing for these companies. They can't admit that they're firing her because of the rebrand. They can't admit that.
I think that would have been better if they did. I would have been like, you know what? Good for you, Cracker Barrel. Thank you for not being worried about stigma paralysis and doing the right thing. Good job.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, Jay. Absolutely. I've got something crazy to talk about. That's something you don't see every day. You've seen it before, but you don't see it every day. And it's really sick and it's sad and it's horrible. And the worst part is it's what it is it's a quintuple. What comes after quintuple? What is 6? You got quadruple, quintuple. What is 6?
Six is sextuple something.
Is this,
I don't
yeah,
know.
sextuple. You're right. Okay, so this is a sextuple murder. Okay, it's a sextuple murder. 6 people. It's his wife and his 5 kids. He killed his wife and his 5 kids, and it's horrible. I mean, he shot one right after the other. But look at this, Jay. I want you to look at this. This is like the all-American, good-looking, family. It's the type of family that everybody wishes they had. These stupid freaking ads on New York Post, God, they're angering. I tell you, man. Oh my God!
I think you
New
have
York
to subscribe.
Post,
I think you have to subscribe to New York Post for like 25 cents a month, whatever it is, just to get rid of paywall. Those
it's
ads.
ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at this, Jay. Look at this. This is the all-American. Look at the wife is beautiful. The kids are all extremely good-looking kids. I mean, this is like the all-American, family. Yeah, he kills
is this?
her and the kids. Huh?
Where did this happen, Jack, again?
I'm gonna pull it if I can pull it up on oh God bless America on New York Post without 20 ads. I might be able to see. Okay, here we go. Here's what I'm gonna say. A wife who was murdered alongside her 6 children by her husband had accused him of having an affair with a younger intern. An explosive Reddit post. Christopher Carol Quieix, Jewish guy, 47, fatally shot the children aged 5 to 15 and his wife, Amanda Carol Quieix, whatever, 39, at their Grand Haven Township, Michigan home before setting it on fire and then killing himself.
Yeah, of course he did. Coward.
Killing himself, setting it on fire, killing himself. And the crazy part is, I mean, look at the family. You saw the pictures of the family, Jay. I mean, you see the picture of the family. Look at that.
Yeah.
They look
it's postcard.
It's a beautiful family. It's a model. It's the type of family that you would want on like model picture frames and shit,
Exactly. It's like inside the picture frame in the department store. Yep.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. And yet he felt the need to kill them. Do we have a motive here? Well, she accused him of being in an affair, but that was, listen, the family's pets also died in the fire. My God.
Jesus Christ.
This dude is sick. I'm trying to find, I don't see any, they were married in 2009, so they've been married for quite a while. Let's see. 2 more sons followed over the next 4 years. They adopted the 2 daughters. As you can tell, they're not white. But there's no reason other than the fact, let's see. I don't feel bad still. She reported commenting, he towers over me and destroyed me mentally. It felt like I was being assaulted and needed to fight back. I think it's a fight or flight thing. These are posts that she did during a Reddit thing back in 2024. She made these posts. She said it's very clear that whoever wrote that, they were using Reddit as an outlet to seek support in a bit of anonymity because for whatever reason they felt like they couldn't seek it in their real lives. What I'm guessing is, I honestly don't know, because even an affair, let's say she caught you in an affair and she was going to divorce you and take all your shit, right? Let's say she was going to take everything. She would get half. I mean, you get half, but let's say she was going to do that.
Yeah.
The normal person doesn't go to, I'm going to kill my wife, kill my 6 children, kill my family pets, and then kill myself because they're going to take half my shit. That is not the normal thought process. So there had to have been something in his mind mentally that was snapped or triggered by this environmental stressor event. Okay?
It's the devil.
Well, it's mental illness is what it is. And a lot of people cannot control. It's not something that, that they want to do. I mean, it's not like it's if you had a normal mind that didn't have like certain disorders or mental illnesses, you wouldn't think kill my family and kill myself and kill my pets, set the house on fire, blow my brains out. You wouldn't think that. Even if you're depressed, heavily depressed, you don't think kill my family. You think kill yourself, but not your family. This was not depression. This was mental illness masquerading as charm, like a psychopath. Maybe it was a psychopathic illness.
Somebody in a LFA chat, Lotus, he said he's likely on psych pills. Maybe he was. Yeah. Who knows?
It's very possible that it was a psychopathic illness, and he might have been on the medication, and a lot of those medications cause suicidal or homicidal ideations.
Crazy.
And a lot of those medications are blamed for murders.
It's horrible.
SSRIs, Jay. serotonin inhibitors.
Yeah, that's a terrible story. That's horrible.
Yeah.
My God.
Really is. I mean, that family, you couldn't find a better looking total family. They look like the American postcard family, like you said.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is a tall, good looking white. I mean, what is the issue? She takes half your shit. You're still alive. You still got great kids. I mean, you can still move on with your life. What the hell?
I don't know, because my mind could just never go someplace like that.
No. Well, Jay, let me tell you, and I'm going to say this, knowing that people are going to fight back, but I'm going to say this. Everybody has their breaking point. Now, whether it's Jay, and I know you're going to say you don't.
Not to that.
No. Let's say, and I'm just going to use it as a for instance, okay? Let's say you are accused, your wife accuses you of sexual assault. Your children, your wife divorces you because she say you sexually assaulted her, you raped her. You go to jail for rape, you get out. Okay? She's got your house, she's got your kids, you're homeless. All right, you lost your pension because Ma'am Dami, decided to spend it on something. You have no pension. You have no home.
He can't, Jack. Thank God he can't touch my pension.
I know, but that's not what I'm talking about.
New York State, Jack. Thank God, not New York City. Keep going.
There are stressors in everybody's life that has a breaking point for everybody. No matter what you want to believe, there are stressors. Now, for some people, the stressors are a lot less than for others. You know what I mean? For him, his stressor might have just been, I can't handle losing my family and my half my stuff. And I don't know. But for most people, stressors are a lot deeper than that. It takes a lot more than that to turn the gun on somebody or themselves. But everybody has a breaking point.
It's the kids that do it for me. You can't. To me, that's the extra level of just of psychosis, as just being a complete psychopath. Yeah. When you're gonna take it out on your kids, your wife's bad enough that you're gonna kill her for, wanting to divorce you because she thought you had an affair. Or you did have an affair. That's crazy enough. But your kids, who did nothing.
Speculating on the divorce, Jay. There was nothing in there that said divorce.
The kids are innocent no matter what. That's the thing. Like, this is a monster of epic proportions. Breaking point or no breaking point. This is one of those people, and he's not the only one that's ever done it. We've seen it, but it's rare, thank God.
Chris
who then
Watt
takes it out on their kids. That is
Jay,
sick.
First of all, I want to say that there is nothing in there that said divorce. It's just what I was assuming because of what was going on. But let me also say that for this person, it was not the environmental stressors like it would be for a normal person if it goes too far. For him, he had to have some sort of illness. And let me tell you why. When you shoot somebody, okay, and everybody else is in the home, let's say you line them up, you shoot one, you hear them all crying and screaming, you shoot the next one. You hear them all crying and screaming. Psychotic. You shoot the next one. That is mental illness. That is not stressor. A stressor is if you were to kill them all at one time, and then that might have been an environmental stressor. Mental illness is when you shoot them one by one by one by one, knowing that they're crying and they're scared and they're saying, "Daddy, why are you doing this to me?" And all of that.
It's an evil I can't comprehend.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing, though. It's evil. But it's also, for a lot of people, it's not, I don't want to say it's not their fault. That's not the right words. It's not something they can control. Is that the right word? It's not something that they chose. How about that?
Where did this come from with this guy? Like you said, we don't know the history. We don't know if this guy had a mental history. Maybe he's been in and out of some mental therapy, or maybe he was sent into a psych ward here and there. Maybe the police have been called in the past where he's been totally off his rocker. And now it kind of progressed to the point. I don't know. We don't know. I'm sure we can find out, but it's just when you're talking like this is a breaking point that most people, thank God, just don't have within them to do.
No. Most people, when they hit their breaking point, kill themselves rather than kill everybody else.
Correct. Just bad enough. But yeah, go ahead.
But this was, wow. But like I said, it's still new. This just happened yesterday or the day before, so they don't really have all the information yet. More will come out. And I'm interested to know what happened. I'm interested to know if he was on psych meds, because I can tell you it was not an environmental stressor, like I said, like it would be for most people if they were, for a normal person. This was mental illness, because like I said, you can't line up your family of 7 people and shoot them one by one by one while they're screaming and crying, "Daddy, why are you doing this to me?" That kind of thing, and it be a stressor, because eventually the stressor would trigger back.
I'm actually hoping that there's a history with this guy, because if there's not, it's even more scary.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if this was like a one-day snapping, that's even more scary to me. Than it would be if this guy had a progression to get to this level that was either ignored or nobody talked about it because they were scared or whatever it was. That would be even more worrisome for me. If this was like, oh, one day this guy decided I'm pissed off. My wife's saying I'm doing this and I'm just going to kill my kids.
Yeah. I can tell you that one of the symptoms or side effects, or not side effects, what's the word? One of the things, I can't think of the damn word for some reason. One of the things of psychopathy is infidelity. One of the symptoms or side effects, or one of the whatever it is. One of the what do you call it, Jay? One of the side effects? What's the word I'm looking for?
I'm trying to think of it myself, but it's not coming to me right now.
I can't. What the hell is going on? One of the side effects? No, that's not the right word. One of the symptoms is not the right word.
Indicators?
Shit. No, one of the somebody help me out here. What the hell am I trying to? One of the blah. What the hell is that word? It's when something is one of the something that causes
one of the tells. A tell?
No, it's more of a no. Tell is I mean, yeah, that's it. Believe it or not, tell is a good word to fit there. But now symptoms is what we said. One of the symptoms of, I mean, it is one of the symptoms, but God, there's another word. I can't think of it. But anyway, let's just use symptoms for now. One of the symptoms of psychopathy, and psychopathy and psychosis are different things. One of the symptoms of psychopathy is infidelity. Okay. And if he was cheating on her, that doesn't necessarily make him a psychopath, but the fact that he did this and he was cheating on her, characteristics. Thank you. One of the characteristics of psychopathy, and yes, one of the common factors also. Thank you, both of you. But yeah, one of the characteristics of psychopathy is infidelity. So if you put that infidelity together with what he did, psychopathy seems like the most logical choice. And psychopathy is a mental illness. It is not something that you chose. You don't say, "Hey, I want psychopathy." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
no.
We got to go.
Real quick on the First Amendment thing before we go. It says very few, if any, countries have freedom of speech protections as solid as the United States, and I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, we're very lucky. We're very lucky. All right, guys, make sure you check out maxassociates.etsy.com. Every order is 10% off and free shipping anywhere in the United States. But if you are a watcher of Secret America, if you are a Secret America viewer, you can still get 20% off. Use the code SECRET20, and that is SECRET and the number 20 SECRET20, and you will still get 20% off your order and free shipping anywhere in the United States. Everybody else only gets 10% off. But if you're watching Secret America and you hear the code SECRET20, you get 20% off. So go to Max Associates. I'm telling you, the best place for patriotic apparel or USA gifts that you could give to people, you could wear, you could show people where you stand in the world, where you stand in America, what you stand for, what you have pride in your country. maxassociates.etsy.com is the place to do it. And the code is SECRET and the number 20, SECRET20. Make sure you guys check it out, maxassociates.etsy.com. Also, By Design, The First Black President, the book that is a cinematic novel that reads from the point of view of the conspiracy theories being the truth, the reality. It reads from the conspiracy theories being the reality, and it starts with Obama. It starts with the grandfather being in the CIA in the Cold War in the late 50s, and it ends with the inauguration in 2008 of the first black president. You guys are going to want to check this out. It is a political thriller, a cinematic political thriller that plays like a movie in your head. You do not want to miss this. It's the book everybody is talking about, top 100 Amazon new releases, and all 5-star reviews on Amazon. Check it out at secretamericalive.com. Also, follow us, guys, on X, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, and Instagram, okay? Secret America TV is the screen name for all of those. Actually, we have a special show this Sunday, okay? Normally, we don't have shows on Sunday, but this Sunday, is a show that is a special one with Dr. Robert Malone, Sunday, August 2nd at 9 a.m. Eastern, right here on Secret America. We are his first show since returning from his trip to Israel. We are the first one he's coming on, and we're going to talk about his trip to Israel. We're going to talk about the Fauci hearings, the COVID origins, and a whole lot more. We're going to talk about chemtrails and a whole lot more. You guys do not want to miss this interview. It is going to be awesome. Okay. And it's going to be featured on Kick's front page. It's going to be featured on Rumble's front page. So do not miss it. You can watch it on Kick or Rumble, Secret America TV, or rumble.com/LFA TV. So, Jay, do you got anything to say before we go?
No, this show flew by, crazy.
It did.
And the week, once again, flew by, but we'll be back sooner than later because, yes, we will be back Sunday morning, 9 a.m. with Dr. Robert Malone right here on LFA TV, Rumble, X, everywhere. Don't miss it.
Yep. And make sure you guys check it out. And please make sure you follow us on Kick and Rumble and all the others. Secret America TV is the screen name for every single social media that we're on. For Jay Gatling, I am Jack Danger. Thank you for watching Secret America.
You've been listening to Secret America.